Live. Let me check here. Has this been working? Let me refresh this. I think we're live. Awesome. Who knew? Oh my God. It took us nearly Started the podcast in 2020. Here we are now at the end of 2023. First ever live stream. Who knew? Well, thank you everyone for joining already. I have been reading the comments. I have been actually really nervous to go live. How do you read the chat on this thing? So I've got my laptop set up right here so I can read the chat, because I was super nervous that I wouldn't be able to figure it out once I got on here how to read the chat. And it turns out that I'm right. I didn't want to get on here and then just start fiddling around with things, because I was like, that would just be a terrible live stream to watch. And I already don't know what I'm doing. So if I click, I have no idea. But thank you for joining, everybody. This is the 1,000 subscriber celebration. Let me grab something real quick. The best birthday present I ever got. Here we are with the sonic screwdriver. I found out the other day, if you do this, 1, 2, 3, you got the secret settings on this. I showed it on Instagram. And I think it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. If anyone remembers the old Sonics back in the day, it used to have a secret feature too. So I was wondering if it would have it on this one. But yeah, just wanted to really just pop on here. And I've done Instagram lives before and sort of kind of gone off track and not talked about Doctor Who enough. So I'm a bit worried that, congrats on 1K, but being honest, you deserve so much more. Oh, thank you. Okay, so comments pop up here. I didn't know that. Okay, this is the thing. I'm still learning this all out. But yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, last time I did a live stream was in a place called Pemberton, about 4 hours from where I live here in Western Australia. And I was leaving the pub and I did an Instagram live and bumped into some random old man, and he joined the live stream, and it was just a weird experience. So here now today, I'm just in my room. I have warned the whole family not to come in or have a domestic outside. If there's going to be any arguments, it will have to happen upstairs, because I don't want anything caught on this thing, because I'm terrified about live stream fails. I think I've literally just been crapping myself all day about doing this, and I don't know why. It's just something about being live. I do go a bit goblin on the podcast, but if I ever say anything, we can just edit it out. But this is live, so this is just freaky. Hey, Jeremy, what up? And here he is now. Here I am. Jeremy is meant to be making a out of context 50%. I think it's a Twitter account. And I, for one, can't wait. Apparently, he's already got a folder with a few videos in it. And I'm keen for it, because I think there's some cool stuff on there that's out of context. By the way, speaking of which, we have Return of the Surprise Old Man for 2K subscribers. I'll have to find him in Pemberton. That live stream is still on the Instagram on 50 Doctor, if you ever want to watch it. I remember someone said to me afterwards, a close friend of mine, they said, what did that have to do with Doctor Who? And I was like, yeah, I get it's called the 50% Doctor Who podcast, but you might have a little bit of a point there. But yeah, tomorrow's podcast episode, because we've been doing daily uploads, this will count as the upload for today. But tomorrow's episode, we did the rankings of the Dr. Donathon. So that's all of season 4. And we put in Runaway Bride as well, because that was a part of the Dr. Donathon as well. I got about 15 clips ready to go. I hate to even imagine what's in there, Jeremy. You guys are so cool, by the way. I'm so glad I get to do this. I just sometimes obviously you get the odd comment here and there. We mentioned one in the new episode tomorrow that was just a bit extreme. But 90% of you guys are just so sweet. The old man's a huge fan. This old man's a huge fan. Gonna be fun watching about a safety net. Yeah, I'm terrified. I'm so terrified. I'm watching the clock. It's only been 5 minutes. and this is like super fun, but I'm already trying to like end the stream because I'm terrified I'm gonna say something. I was just texting Aiden about then, and I was just like, I'm terrified, and he was just like, you get no sympathy from Aiden. He's just like, you'll be all right. And I think I woke up with a bit of a flu. I think it might just be nerves, but I think because when I know events are coming up in my head, I get really nervous. Like in Perth next week, Coldplay's coming, and I'm the biggest Coldplay fan there is. Not trying to flex, but Planet of the Ood giving me Vietnam flashbacks. By the way, you might be able to hear my nephew upstairs crying. Yeah, Planet of the Ood out, the worst episode of 50% ever. And we've had some doozies, and I think that is the worst. Yeah, anyway, Coldplay's coming next week. I've like waited my whole life to see them. I'm going on the Saturday and the Sunday. I managed to get tickets for both. And I think because I know I'm going to that, I get super nervous that I'm going to get sick. And I think the idea of me getting sick, like the thought of it, actually does make me sick, if that makes sense. Because I've always had like a sick phobia since I was like 8 or something, probably even younger. Just be yourself, that's why we watch Unscripted Raw. Thank you, Doug. I don't know if you want that, but I appreciate it. We've got any Coldplay fans in the house? Yeah, so that's next week. And on the Friday, I'm going to this like Coldplay fan meetup thing. Because I'm trying to get out there a bit more, folks. I spent a little bit too much time in my room by myself. So I said, screw it, I'm going to go to this Coldplay fan meetup in Perth. Oh, there he is. There he is, the GOAT. You got this, Connor. Thank you so much. The GOAT himself. Yeah, so next weekend's fully Coldplayed out. And then obviously the weekend after that is pretty much Doctor Who'd out. Because in Australia, we get the... here he is, Josh. The Coldplay phobe. Yeah. Josh, oh no, I probably can't say that. I stopped myself, good. I know something about Joshy, but I won't say it, just in case I haven't said it yet. See, look at me, how good I am. I stopped myself before I said it. But yeah, Coldplay are playing at the Optus Stadium. It's going to be lit. But yeah, Sunday and Sunday after will, of course, be The Star Beast. Can you believe it? I remember I was saying to my best mate Dan the other day at the pub on Friday night when we have all our best conversations that I remember being like at the pub with him in January just saying like, I don't know if you guys remember, but the Doctor Who like social media accounts in January were like counting down. It was like, I think January was the Doctor month and they were counting down every Doctor. And there was a big theory going around that at the end of this, at the end, like, I think they were doing every week they had like another Doctor. At the end, when we finally got to William Hartnell, it was going to be announced that we get a spin-off announcement or an announcement that Matt Smith's coming back or Peter Capaldi. And it never happened. I remember thinking in January, like, it's going to be absolutely ages until we get here. And then now it's here. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like when I first watch it, I feel like because there's been so much hype built around it, and you know, you play with the Sonic every day, and you get like ideas about what it can be like, and it can just maybe never meet those expectations the first time you watch it. And I'm worried that I'm gonna, you know, watch it and then just not like it. And I think because I'm waking up, I'll probably be about 3:30 a.m. here in Western Australia, and then I'll just drive to Aiden's house and then review it straight away. So I'm not really having much time to think about it, but I think it's just important to get the review up as soon as we can. Great Sunday night double, just watched Josh's. Oh bless, that's sweet. The specials already seemed like years away until it was suddenly a few weeks out. Yeah, I know. The countdown is on. Yeah, it is. It did feel like, yeah. I don't know, I've heard Aiden say a few times like, oh, we've waited 10 years for this, and I guess like in the great grand scheme of things, it's like, sure, like since the 50th, of course, it's been 10 years. But I don't think, apart from the odd thought here and there, I don't think I was really like after 50th being like, I'm gonna wait 10, I'm gonna speculate for 10 years what's gonna happen. I think it was only like maybe a couple of years ago that I was thinking about what's gonna happen with the 60th, but I don't know if you guys remember, but Doctor Who was pretty much gonna get cancelled. So I didn't even think we were gonna get a 60th. maybe that's a controversial view, I don't know, but I didn't even think we're going to get a 60th. So I think even if the 60th doesn't necessarily like hit the the emotions for me, I think the fact that we even got David Tennant and Catherine Tate back and the GOAT Russell, I think is like better than anything we ever could have asked for. I can't believe we waited over a, what does that say? I can't believe we waited over a year for more Docu Who. Felt like, yeah, that is crazy, isn't it? What's it going to be like? 13 months since Power? Because Power was October. Yeah. It's weird. It's weird, isn't it? And I can tell you what as well. I really didn't think we'd only get one in November. That is pretty crazy. Wow. 66, watched Who since Hartnell. That's insane. Wow. Yeah. That's okay. That's a true fan right there. Yeah, I've been watching since 2005, so I think that's 19 years. I could be wrong, but yeah, it does feel like a while. Good news is I think we won't have to wait that long again, which is good. But yeah, I was saying though, yeah, with it only in November having one episode, that's kind of crazy. Oh, by the way, I want to say quickly as well. See, I'm all over the place with this stream. The audio might be really shit. I'm fully aware of that because it's just me going through my phone. I was going to wear headphones, but I thought I'd make it sound even worse because I've gone on the Mad Men podcast a few times. Shout out Oz Chris in the chat because he's from that. I've gone on there a few times with the headphones on and the audio sounds like dog shit. So I didn't want to go on with that just in case it would make it sound worse because I don't know if I'm going to rip this and put it on Spotify. Eventually, I guess I'll see how these streams go, but I will like get an actual proper webcam for my Mac, for my laptop, and then actually get my mic set up for better audio. Right now, that's just not what's going on. Sorry. With this specific, like this live stream stuff, I do want to, here's what I want to do. I think that one episode of the podcast a week isn't enough, damn it. No, it's not enough. You know what you guys need? 2 a week. That's right. 1 live stream, 1 standard episode of 50%. That's my theory. This year it might be a little bit a few weeks between episodes, but I think next year I think the idea is that, you know, we have 2 episodes a week. I don't know if that's what you guys want, but obviously this would just be me with maybe the occasional like guest. But I'm a bit of a boomer. I don't know if, say, I want to have Joshi on or Oz Chris. Like, I don't know how to do that and make it look good. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Not on a budget, at least. How do you feel about the colorized OG Dalek coming up? Oh god, don't hate me. I think it's great. I think it's amazing we're getting this kind of thing. Will I watch it? I don't know. We just did all the classic stuff, and I don't know if I can put myself through that. To be completely honest with you, can't wait for the 50% versus ABCI view and their 240p quality. Oh, rip the goat ABCI view. My mum loves ABCI view, literally loves it. So, by the way, I thought I'd have a sip of my water. Cheers to the goats. To 1,000 goblins, may there be many more. Yeah, so probably 2 a week. And hopefully a good mic setup, because this probably sounds like shit, and I can't really tell because it's live. I couldn't really test it out before. But that's the goal. So I like the idea of there being 2 episodes a week and then clips and stuff. I mean, I'm so glad you asked that, Jeremy. You know, I was really hoping someone would ask me that. All right, Jeremy said, gotta ask Ferret Simpson episode. I'm so glad you asked that. Simpsons Files, which is the X-Files like guest episode. I love that episode so much. It terrified me as a kid. And I think it's because like the episodes that terrified me as a kid are always my favorite. That's why Empty Child Doctor Dances is my favorite. I think that's in season 9 or 8. I'll check. It's The Simpsons Files. I think it's season 8. Yeah, season 8, episode 10. You know, many moons ago, I've still got it on here. I was gonna do after I watched that. You know that. Is it George Shepard? He did that. Apologies if I got the name wrong. I think he did that black and white cut of World Enough in Time and Doctor Falls. And I kind of wanted to do that for a Doctor Who episode, but felt like I'd be stepping on his toes a little bit too much and just doing what he did. So I was like, why didn't I do my favorite Simpsons episode? So I started to edit a black and white cut of the Simpsons files, and I would like color grade pretty much every frame. And I didn't add the intro or the outro. I like made my own intro with like a 80s 20th century Fox like opening, and also every ad break I inserted adverts from like the 90s or like the 80s, specifically what era that episode aired in, and I added like a couple adverts in each one of the ad breaks, so it actually felt like you were watching the episode when it aired. But I never got around to finishing it. It's funny, I keep saying to myself, like, oh, I'll release it on Halloween one year. And obviously Halloween just went. So maybe one day. I still got it on my laptop. And I'm about maybe 25% into it. Into like editing it. Aiden's choices for Classic Who sucked. They did. They did. That took me down a dark path. People. Now we got a BBC iPlayer, and we didn't know. And now it's fine. Now we can just go. Oh, it feels okay that we have this now. I'm telling you what. I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but I've said it on the podcast before. I had to watch most of it on Daily Motion, and it was horrible. It was terrible. So at least we've now got. Now we got it on BBC iPlayer. But it's funny, I was saying to my therapist on Friday, because she was asking about Doctor Who. I'm like, yeah, so if you want to watch the classic era, you got to watch it on BBC iPlayer and you have to get a VPN. If you want to watch season 1 to season 13, which is 2005 2022, you have to have Stan in Australia. And if you want to watch the new episodes, you have to have Disney Plus. And it's like, who has the money for this kind of thing? Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, it's stupid. I'm not a fan of it. Hopefully, eventually, I think what will happen with BBC iPlayer, with Disney Plus. See, there's too many. I'm even confusing myself. I think what will happen with Disney Plus is they'll test the water, see how it goes with the 60th, see how many people tune in, and if there's like a big audience there for it, then they'll probably start approaching places like Stan in Australia. I think it's HBO Max in America that has Doctor Who. Probably start approaching those places and go, we'll pay you out to get the rights for it. Or maybe just Stan has the rights for Doctor Who for another year, because they added episodes 1 year after they aired. And like I just said a minute ago, yeah, so I'm trying to get to all these questions. Sounds good. Okay, thank God. The one with Burns as the alien, right? Yep. I Bring You Love. Yeah, brilliant episode. I agree, Joyce. Oh man, Aiden picking Dragonfire over all Seven's episodes is a certified war crime. Binge also does Doctor Who 2005. Does it really? I thought they took that off. Does it? I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, I'm really keen to... You know what? I don't know if we had this conversation on air, but I think I've watched a majority of Binge Doctor Who. It's however you watched it. What the hell? How do I not know that? What the hell's wrong with me? I apologize, everybody. What the hell? There's me thinking I know a lot of stuff about Doctor Who. I guess I don't. Yeah, I've watched pretty much all of Colin's era. Unintentionally, obviously. Because I watched all of Trial of the Time Lords, which is, what, season 23? 23? So I did that with Josh when they came to Perth in January. Before things hit the fan and I went into my Time Lord Victorious phase, the good old days. But yeah, I've seen most of Colin's era, but Syl's definitely my favorite classic Doctor, so I'm always keen to watch an episode. I didn't think Dragonfire was that bad, but I do want to watch the episode that they showed in the Tales of the TARDIS, where, I don't know, it seems like Ace has an awakening or something, and Ace is my favorite, so that reminds me, thoughts on Face Melt and scene in Dragonfire. Yeah, we didn't talk about that. I don't know how we didn't talk about that. Do you know what that reminded me of? So we didn't talk about that scene. Do you know what that reminded me of? It was when we reviewed Can You Hear Me in season 12 and somehow didn't talk about the Unquite Socially Awkward scene. And it wasn't even intentional. We generally just forgot to talk about it, which is arguably one of the most controversial scenes in Doctor Who ever. And we just forgot to talk about it. How do we manage that? I don't know. But yeah, I thought the face melting scene was good. It reminded me of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where the face melts. Is it Raiders? Yeah, it is Raiders, yeah. Reminded me of that. Yeah, it was awesome. I'm getting quite hot. I don't know if that's because of the... I have a light here. My phone's set up on a like a tripod, and it's plugged into my laptop, which controls the lights. I can literally like turn the light on, off. I think I can turn the, yeah, do this kind of thing. I think I can change the color of the light as well. So boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I don't know if the lights are like killing me a little bit or if I'm coming down with a flu. It's like, you know how it's like Murphy's Law? Like I knew, I had a feeling when Coldplay came here that I'd get sick. And I could be wrong, but I feel like that might be happening. Which is just, what a stick in the mud that is, folks. But, yeah, I'm also hoping I'm going to be well enough for the 60th as well. A lot of saying here about my classic Who choice. Yeah, well, Aiden, I'm sorry, it's true. Look at me, I'm like sweating. This is fucked. I don't know if I should say this either, but this is live stream, so, you know, I've got to go a little bit goblin a little bit here and there. I don't know if I should say this, but I'll say anyway. Aiden, don't get scared now. When Crispy came over, me and Aiden were pretty sick, and it made the whole weekend, like, so hard to deal with. And, I always just get so nervous about when there's events on, like the 60th and like Coldplay next week, that I'm just going to be sick. So I just feel like I can't operate. I feel like I just break down as a person. And even if I had like the tiniest little bit of a sore throat, like it ruins my day. Like I'm a bit of a pansy in that sense. I just can't do it. I just can't deal with it. And it's just, I don't know. So I feel like I woke up today with a little bit of a flu, and I don't know if it's just, I don't know if it's just a load of shit. Yeah, this is a good thing to talk about. I heard the rumor about Paul McGann's 8th Doctor spinoff was true. Probably not. Yeah, so who posted about that? Was that like the Daily Mirror or something? One of those tabloids that are pretty on point with Doctor Who news. I don't know. It depends how many we're gonna get. Like how many spin-offs we're gonna get from like the get-go. Because I think we were all talking about the idea of a unit spin-off being the first one, which is all just, it's all just speculation, so it doesn't even like matter. Like it doesn't matter what we think. It's like what we think versus what's going to happen. It's like two very different things. Maybe the idea of like confirming a spin-off, like they could say unit spin-off coming out in 2024, Paul McGann spin-off confirmed for 2025, and then maybe they can shoot in the latter of 2024. And then that way it can air in 2025. I don't know. I think it would be cool. I'm not against it at all. I think it would be awesome. But it's like, it's all like he said, she said these days. I don't really know what to think anymore. I think he'd be down to do it. Unfortunately, I feel like we didn't have spin-offs for so long that now there's pretty much a need for everything. Like, oh, bring back Torchwood, bring back Sarah Jane, you know, have a unit one, have Ace in it, have Martha back, do a Paul McGann spin-off, do a Fugitive Doctor spin-off. You know, it's like, it's just like there's so much to do. And I did see Russell today say, if there are spin-offs, because obviously the Tales of the TARDIS thing was only on BBC iPlayer, they said that like if there's a spin-off that's going to be on iPlayer, it will be also on Disney Plus. So at least there's that. So I'm trying to keep up on all these questions. I'm kind of the same. I had like 2 headaches Friday night and Saturday, and worried I was going to be sick and not go to Supernova. That's what I mean. Like when you know something is happening, you get nervous. I'm glad it's not just me. Keen for the unit spin-off. Same boy. Hot take, I don't want a 8th Doctor spin-off to be set in the time warp. We need to move on from here. Yeah, I kind of agree. Do you know what it could be like if they did an 8th Doctor spin-off? I don't know if we've got a lot of Better Call Saul fans in the house right now, but that started, I believe when Better Call Saul season 1 started, it was like 5 years before the events of Breaking Bad. So basically the show was like past, the present of Breaking Bad, and then the future after Breaking Bad. They could do something like that where it's like a couple of years before the time warp and it almost ends, like the final season almost ends in the days heading up to the time warp, and then you get to see it a little bit and then it ends. I don't know, that's just me spitting. If we get a unit spin-off, I hope Russell doesn't write unit like he did in the Sontaran two-parter. Made him seem like a bunch of boring military people. Oh, Jeremy, you wait to the podcast episode tomorrow. I feel like you're going to hate me for something that I say about that particular episode, which I think is dope. We could even see, like, that's the thing, like, even if we bring back, like, Torchwood with, like, Rusty the Dalek spin-off, let's go! I have a cat called Rusty, so I'm totally keen for that. Rusty the Dalek spin-off. This is what I mean, like, there's just so much stuff you can do. And it's just hilarious in that sense to me. It's like, oh, you could just do Rusty the spin-off. Let's do the Doctor Shoe spin-off. How about that? You know? McGann still looks the same as he did. And he's 60 plus? No way. Maybe a guest on the spin-off and the Rumored Doctors enemies. Is he 60 plus? There's no way, is he? Let me check. Paul. Sorry about me having to lean over. This is such a terrible setup. He's 63? Bro, my dad's 63. Doesn't look like Paul McGann. Wow. Hey, God bless him. What's the secret? 63? God, I don't think I'll ever like that at 63. Wow, that's really blown my mind. He looks fantastic at 63. God. Maybe a guest star gig in the unit spin-off or the Rumored Doctor's Enemy spin-off. Oh yeah, the Enemy spin-off. That was another one. Wasn't that meant to be animated maybe? That's what fucking Disney Doctor Who League said. You know how reliable they are. I'm not against a Enemy spin-off. I think it could be fun. I suppose, like, a set... That's my nephew again. I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm just addressing it. Wow. I think he's hungry. Yeah, so every episode would be, like, set on, like, a villain. Soon we'll run out of villains. You can do a Dalek when you do a Cyber one, Sontaran, Weeping Angel, Silurian. We'll do an Exorbaloff one for fun. Why not? But that's what I mean, though. We're going to go to villains like the Exorbaloff, the Adipose, and it's like regular viewers are just going to be like, what is this crap? That's like my one fear with stuff like these spin-offs. I hope that there's a broader appeal to people who aren't just like Doctor Who fans. Because, like, say what you want, as amazing as the Tales of the TARDIS was, and it was amazing and beautiful, who else other than Doctor Who fans is going to watch that? I mean, I know my mate who's like a huge Doctor Who fan, but he's not really watched any. He's like watched one classic Doctor episode, classic Doctor Who episode. It's like, and he's like halfway through the first episode of Tales of the TARDIS because I guess it's just not actually that appealing in that sense. So, I hope that we have like a way of appealing to the fans and appealing to new fans. This is what I think. By the way, there's no one better who can do it than Russell in like the 60th, but he has such a hard job on his hands to be able to do an episode where it's for the fans, old and new. It's just, to me, that's just so hard. But like, again, he's the only person who could do it. Future Doctor could be great. Yeah, it could be good. I think I think stuff like Fugitive and like Paul McGann, like it could be cool to like do an anthology episode where like every episode's like different. Like maybe we could do like a Dalek episode, or we could do one with Paul McGann's Doctor, or we could do one with Fugitive Doctor. How they're gonna handle that Fugitive Doctor stuff, especially since Russell said, and I remember saying this months ago on the podcast. I don't know how it got released, but Flux does get mentioned in Wild Blue Yonder, and the Timeless Child gets mentioned. So there's that. Robots and Robots of Death episode in the Doctor's Enemy spinoff. You'd love that. Robots of Death. God, what an absolute abomination of mankind that was. I got so anxious after filming that because I really did think that Aiden picked it for a joke, and he didn't, folks. He didn't. So I was very nervous waiting for that to come out because I was like, I'm gonna get a lot of shit for it, but it wasn't actually too bad. My Brother in Christ, Wim Hart was 55 when he filmed Unearthly Child. McGann must have been around 61 when he filmed Parallel Doctor. Yeah, probably around 61. Yeah. Ha! Robots of Death spin-off airing exclusively on Dailymotion. Hey, they need that. The same place you can watch Doctor Who is the same website where you can watch adult films. Now let that just sink in for a second. Like, who knew this would ever happen? And I think you can do that a bit on YouTube these days. I don't know what... I mean, at least on like Disney Plus, there's none of that shit. Or an iPlayer or Stan. We can at least say that. God, Dailymotion. Dailymotion is like the Wish of YouTube. You know, it's like... some strange things going on over there. But yeah, they're going to mention Flux and Timeless Child in Wild Blue Yonder. Which I think is definitely... Are we all in agreement that Wild Blue Yonder is the episode that we're most excited about? I get kept up at night thinking about Wild Blue Yonder. And a bit too much as well. For some reason, it keeps me up at night in all the good ways. I feel like we can't... I think I'm more nervous than excited, just because like if Matt Smith isn't in the episode or Peter Capaldi, I just feel like it would be like a wasted opportunity. But I'm so convinced, and I think this is what Russell wants us to think. I'm so convinced that they're not in it, and that's what he wants us to think. But maybe he's telling the truth, and actually they're not in it. That to me is just like terrifying, and I don't know what to think. But either way, I'm keen. Alright, we've been going for half an hour. It's the one episode we have the least amount of photos and info for, so I'm intrigued. Yeah, Wild Blue Yonder is going to be great. It's great to have no spoilers, absolutely. I just wish they hadn't hyped it up so much. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. In the idea of not showing anything, you do get... you almost have to create your own hype and speculation, which can also be dangerous if it's not fitting. I mean, we don't know what it's about. I mean, like, they released in the magazine, they got, like, guest actors in it. Apparently there's villains. Who are they? Where is it? The edge of the universe again? We literally just went there last season. Is Tectarian there? Oh, no, she's dead. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm super excited, but... I mean, hang on a minute. Jeremy, you said it was 11 o'clock, so it must be 11:30 there now. What time is... I think if it's 6:30... PM in London, which the episode airs, when will you be able to watch it? Because you might not have it that bad, because we're going to get it here at 3:30 AM, I think. If everyone wants to type in the chat what time you'll get the episodes. Because we don't have it easy like the Brits, unless there's some Brits in the chat, which I don't think there are. You know, we don't have it that easy. We have to wake up at 3:30 AM to watch. Which is going to be interesting. But yeah... I think Starbeast will be like super fun, back to formula. Wild Blue Yonder will be a great example of why Russell is to go, and it will probably maybe some regular fans of the show are going to be a bit like, what is this? And then the giggle, I think, will just like bring it back home. I've had the feeling that Wild Blue Yonder is going to be maybe a bit of like a Heaven Sent, where like huge fans of the show love it, but I don't know if like just a regular viewer would love Heaven Sent as much as say we do. But I think if there are Molly Doctors in the 60th, it would be done differently. Yeah, I agree with that. That's the thing. So I heard Phil Collinson as well, the producer of the new series, and you know he did Tennant and Eccleston's era. He said we're not doing a multi-Doctor story. Fair enough. Didn't really think you were, but it's not a multi-Doctor story if it's the toy maker playing with the Doctor's head. It's not a multi-Doctor story. Simple. I mean, Phil didn't say that. He said it's not a multi-Doctor story. He didn't say we're not going to be in it. So, roughly 7 a.m.-ish, I think it'll be one of those things where me and my partner wake up, avoid Twitter, and go straight to Disney+. Yeah, I think that's how you're going to have to do it. I mean, I think I'll be the exact same. There's no way I can look on Twitter. I don't, it's like, you've waited so long for it, you can't not check. By the way, quick question to you guys. I don't know if I'm alone in this, but like, I guess like I hate getting spoiled on Twitter about things, but like I feel like if you go on Twitter, it's almost like you know people are going to be talking about it. Is it wrong of me to say that? I don't want to start a war, but it's like, I don't know. Do you feel like people are allowed to talk about the episode? They can't be like, oh, in 24 hours I'll tweet my thoughts. It's like, why don't we just talk about it now? If you haven't seen it, just stay off Twitter. And I get you get notifications and stuff, and sometimes it's spoiled for you without even going on the app, but it's like, I guess just like don't look at your phone. I don't know. I know we got on some shit for doing. I remember when I did my reaction to Jodie regenerating to David, someone left a lovely comment about me saying that I spoiled it for them. So I guess it's, for me personally, if I haven't watched something yet, I will stay off Twitter and YouTube and everything. Just personally, sorry. With Disney Plus, is it possible we actually get Xmas or Xmas Day rather than Boxing Day? That's a great question. That's a really good question. I don't think so, only just because of like, I don't know where you lived up, but like, yeah, in Australia, we'd obviously have Christmas before them, so it's like, I think there'd be like an uproar if those Australians get the episode before the Brits. I mean, I'd love that, because like, it's never the same watching Doctor Who Christmas special on Boxing Day, and I feel like that's something that people who live in England never really understand. I mean, I've watched my fair share of Christmas episodes in the UK, whether I was living there or over a trip. But yeah, watching it on Boxing Day, it's like, it's never the same. It's never the same. It'd be cool if they switched out so we could see 11 and 12 interact with Donna. Oh, I totally agree. Yeah, ooh, I would really love that. My theory is that like, when we see them like smashing on the gate and going, why does it have to be this? I think it will be. That will be just like the Cameo City, just like a quick change between Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, Martha rocks up, maybe Donna. I think Susan's Giggle, we might get a little cameo. I think they'll be playing with his head where like maybe we'll have like Matt Smith walk in and be like, I hated it when I was you. Obviously, that sounds like Matt Smith was talking to David's head. Like Matt Smith playing the Doctor, talking to the Doctor, being like, I hate it when I was you. Like you were so narcissistic. Maybe bring up the events of Wars of Mars, you know, go down that rabbit hole. Maybe even the 12th Doctor can be like, I was like, you made me the person that I was, which was never a good thing. Like, it made Clara do this and that and this and that and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I don't know if we'll see fake Donna in like a trick of the toy maker, like dying. I don't know. Even Matt Smith, I hate him when the Doctor was me. Yeah, exactly. I hate it when the Doctor was me. I don't know, that's just my theory. I mean, he's screaming and smashing a gate that he's like looking at something on the other side. Believe me, I've been there this year. I won't get into it, but I've been there. And I don't know what it is. I just hope that it's like something that warrants that, because I don't think we've ever seen the Doctor in that much like distress before. And he literally says like, why does it have to be this? What is this? What is this? What could make him be that upset? I don't know. I don't write Doctor Who. I wish I did. But I think that's just got me the most excited. And the little robot boy, I don't know if you guys saw, I hope you guys are all understanding what I'm referencing here when I say this, but there's the poster they released, Wild Blue Yonder. They have that little robot in the background. You know, what's that little guy's deal? What's that? I have so many questions, I don't know the answer. And apparently Russell said the episodes aren't as connected as you'd think. So it could be months between Star Beast and Wild Yonder. We don't know. We're just guessing that it's like in the same couple of days. It might not be. It very well might not be. I don't know if I'm boring you all, but Robot must be the K9 redesign. Yeah, boy, regenerated K9. Wow, 40 minutes. I don't know if I'm boring you all. I don't know if I should go for an hour or just end it here. See, this is what you get on a live show. You get to hear my live thoughts. This is normally the stuff that me and Aiden edit out. And you know what? I think I've done pretty good at not going too goblin. So I think I might end it before I go a little bit too goblin. If there's anything you guys want to ask. Oh no. Here we go. This is what I was going to do. I nearly forgot. I have a story that I wanted to tell you. Shit, I almost forgot. Alright. We're going to the 50% of the live stream now. I have a story. It's like 5 minutes. Allow me to tell you. It's not Doctor Who related, but it's 50. This is the 50% part. No, Aiden, it's not. Shut the fuck up. Alright. I remember, so this week in Australia, it was Melbourne Cup Day, which is like the biggest horse race in Australia. Now, I don't personally support that kind of thing, just for personal reasons. I won't get into that. But this was in 2015 when I was working at a shop called Big W. And that's pretty much like the Australian Walmart, basically. And on this particular Sunday, it was Melbourne Cup Day, which is like a huge day across Australia. Everyone dresses up and goes to the pub and watches this horse race. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that's just what happens here. Anyway, on the Sunday at Big Dub, it's only open for 6 hours, 11 till 5. And normally I would go in, I was still at school, so I would normally work the 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock shift or the 2 till 5 shift. This day I was working the 2 till 5 shift. Anyway, I walked in, Melbourne Cup Day, and what's this? My dude's lost his planet again. The call's out for revenge. I walked in, first thing my supervisor says to me is, Connor, we have tried to get people to dress up all day, like people who work there, and no one's doing it. Will you do it? And I look down and I see the most embarrassing like hat and costume I've ever seen in my life. It's basically like a jockey. It was a mix between dressing like as a horse jockey and something that someone would wear, like a bit of a, like, it was like a blue top hat that had like sparkles all over it. And they were like, look, no one's wearing it. We know you're a cool person. We know you do this for us. Reminder, when I worked at this place, I was so socially awkward. I could barely look at anyone in the eyes and like talk to anybody. So I felt so nervous to like say no to like my supervisor. So I said, okay. Anyway, I put on all this gear and this hat and I looked absolutely ridiculous. And again, no one on like the floor. I went to like my station at the checkout. No one was wearing any of this stuff. It was just me. Everyone else said no, which is fair enough, but I didn't. So it made me feel so embarrassed. I was there for 3 hours, just standing there at the checkout, having people come through. And they know they're thinking, what an idiot you look. And I was fully aware of that. Anyway, I was getting like near the end of my shift and I was like praying for the entire 3 hours that no one I knew would walk in, because I knew that I'd never be able to like ever forget the time they saw me just wearing this dumbass outfit. Anyway, literally like I think it was like half an hour, 45 minutes till we closed. And this girl walks in who I go to school with, who was in a couple of my classes, and we were like close, like friendly, not like very close, but we would talk because she was in like a few of my classes. And I'm not gonna lie, I had a bit of a crush on her, and I was always trying to like, look my best at school and say all the funny things around her. But now I'm stuck at this checkout looking like I do. And I was just praying that she went through self-serve and not through the checkout through me. But I think she sort of like made eye contact with me, realized it was me, and felt like it would be rude if she didn't come through. But she came through the till when I was dressed like I was, and we didn't acknowledge once what I was wearing. And I was just like, whatever, just get through. It was like really quick small talk. Like we were friends with each other at school, but like here it was just like quick small talk. She left. I could have died of embarrassment. I literally remember going to school the next day and like running into her, and we didn't talk about it once. Like we didn't mention it once. It was horrible. And somehow I've forgotten about that story. I buried that at the back of my mind. But it was Melbourne Cup Day on, I think, on Tuesday. It was just Melbourne Cup Day. And it just reminded me about how I had to dress up like an absolute buffoon and get seen by a girl I had a crush on. And it was just the worst. I'm still gonna have to go for any of that anymore. But yeah, I thought sometimes I like to share my trauma on a YouTube live stream about having to dress up like a jockey for work. A good old Big W. Love how you were sharing this stuff. P.S. You're not porn. Thank you. It was so embarrassing. Like, it was literally so embarrassing. I can't even explain. I don't know if I'm giving it enough like detail, but like I literally had to dress up like I looked like an absolute moron. I was literally wearing like this like fedora, like blue sparkly hat, which is something with peace and love I'd never wear. I would never wear anything like that again. It was so embarrassing. I was like 16 at the time. You know, you get 16, you're like really self-conscious about the way you look and stuff and like talking to girls. And then she just happens to walk through. I'm like, of all days, today she came through. It was just like the most embarrassing thing I've ever had to go through. And you know what? I literally I like suppressed it so far back in my memory that literally, what's it now? Like 6 years, like probably longer than that. Crumbs, like maybe 7, 8 years later, 2015. Like 8 years later, I only just remembered it the other day, and I was like, that is insane that I had to go through that. Like, what the hell? God, it's so hot here. I don't know if it's the light, I don't know if it's the flu, I don't know what it is. Might as well go for an hour. Oh, do you guys want me to, I think, again, I don't know what's going on here. If I stop this live stream, I hope it will just stay up on YouTube so people who didn't get to catch it live will I approach a girl, I had a what the heck? Okay, that is crazy. Oh my god, Jesus. Yeah, I can't say I've ever done that. Damn it, Doug. What do you like? Yeah, read the comments if you want to see that one. Jesus, that is really embarrassing. Can't say I've ever done that. Yeah, hopefully when I finish this, it will just go up as a video, just so people who haven't seen it can watch it. But yeah, if there's anything you want to talk about for the next 15 minutes, let me know. Maybe 10 minutes. We'll do a Q&A. If you want to ask me about dating advice, go ahead. Or if you want to ask me about Doctor Who, go ahead. If not, I'll just end it. It is hot. Is it just me? What's the weather like today? Let's check the weather in Perth. It was literally like raining a couple of hours ago here. Maybe I am coming down with the flu because I don't normally get this like hot. Perth weather. 22 degrees. 51% humidity. Yeah, it's pretty humid. It did be like that. I might. Do you think I'll ever listen to the Chris Ferguson Big Finish range? Nah. Sorry. I didn't even listen to the David Tennant stuff. The only Big Finish episodes I've listened to is Spare Parts. And obviously I started watching, I watched Redacted. I listened to Redacted as well. Not season 2 though. I started watching you guys a few weeks ago. How did you get into Doctor Who? I was 6. It was the reboot in 2005. My parents, which is weird because they never do this, my parents said, there's this TV show that's coming back on the air that we think you might like, and I sat down like extremely reluctantly, and then, yeah, just decided to give it a watch, and like fell in love with it. Do you know what I've noticed? A girl last night said I have a bit of a lisp. And now every single time I talk and I have a little bit of a lisp at the end of something I say, I can't help but notice it. And it's making me feel very insecure in myself. Damn it. I remember I was in like primary school and someone said I had a lisp once and I was like, no. But yeah, apparently I got a lisp, so lisp. See, I feel like you can't say the word lisp without sound like you have one. But apparently I do. So it was 40 degrees here in Adelaide on Friday. That's hot. Yeah, that is hot. Yeah, that's hot. Yeah, we've been working in some places at the moment for my job as a builder. And there is just some jobs where we're very close to the roof or in the roof where it's like ridiculously hot. It's like not even safe. And I just feel like telling the man upstairs that it's a bit too dangerous to be doing. It also gets very hot in the studio where we film at Aiden's house. I know that during summer, it's literally the worst. I mean, Aiden's the kind of guy where like he'll turn the aircon off because it's going to ruin the audio. Yet for half the episode, the audio won't even work. So this is the kind of situation that we're in. My kids hate Doctor Who. My daughter did come to Doctor Who experience in Cardiff 2012. Was best experience sharing that stuff. Yeah, I went to the Doctor Who experience a couple of weeks before it closed in 2016. And it was like, what? I remember like 2016, literally a couple of weeks before it closed. It had the vibe of like a funeral there. It was very upsetting. It was like just really sad. Because like not a lot of people were there. I think they were getting ready to like, and yeah, that's the thing that sucks. It's like, oh, we just take all these costumes and take all these like Daleks and Slovene and Cigarettes and stuff and just like, you know, just chuck them in like a box and leave them there forever. It's sad. Maybe I didn't think about this. Maybe Russell will bring it back because I feel like he knows it's exactly what we want. I mean, no one liked it closed, like, but I guess they just won't get enough business. Roadcaster coming soon. Jeez, you sound like Aiden. Yeah, it's coming soon. Hopefully, we were going to buy a second-hand one, but apparently I left Aiden on red. So, and I've been there and it hurts. So hopefully soon. I think we wanted to get one before the 60th, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I mean, it's a lot of money. And we have a little bit of money from the Ko-fi, which is all going towards the Roadcaster. But I think that's just about $100 or something. Oh, and we now make money from YouTube videos. I don't know if you guys know that. Not a lot, but, you know, we monetize the videos now. So thank you for watching the adverts. I know it's a bit annoying, but it allows us to get a little bit of money from making the videos. In 20 years' time, if we got Tales of the TARDIS with new Doctors, what companion would you like to match each Doctor? Damn, Jeremy, you read my mind. I want to see that so badly. Obviously, 9 and Rose, never going to happen. 10, I feel like... Ooh. 10, I don't think will work with Donna because we're getting 60th. If Rose doesn't come back with 9, maybe Martha. I guess it depends how much Martha is used now in this Whoniverse era. Because I think she's going to be used quite a lot. Because I know how much the fans love her, and I want her to come back so badly. So, depending on that, I think Billy's pretty much done with Doctor Who, which is fine. But I don't think she's as keen to come back as Freema is. So, I think Matt would fit Karen perfectly. Peter would fit Jenna. Jodie. Famson. Why not? Jodie and Ryan. How about that? Jodie and Tosin Cole. Doctor, I haven't seen you since the Time Lord. Wait, what's it called again? Timeless Child. I almost said Time of Victorious. What? Oh, sorry. They had to close Doctor Experience. I think it was a lease thing. Oh, okay, I see. Could have moved down the bay a little bit. Surely. I went there because I was on holiday. I went with my cousin. We drove from London to Cardiff, which was cool because I'm a big Gavin and Stacey fan. So going to all those landmarks as well was awesome. Get Elkerson and John Barrowman in the same room. That's what I mean. There's so, like, Doctor Who is just so full of drama. Like, there's stuff like that where it's just like, how can you possibly get these people in a room together again? I mean, it's kind of unheard of. Like, when hell freezes over, literally, we have an actor who played the Doctor who said, I will come back to the show when hell freezes over. Let that sink in. Elton and Ursula from Love and Monsters Tale of the TARDIS. I love this. This is great. Keep them coming. Yeah, we need that. The slab herself. My name's Elton. Must be the clouds in my eyes. Daniel, my brother, you are older than me. That's a spin-off I would watch. A companions show, maybe like the final scene in Power of the Doctor. Yeah, but let me up and go on adventures. Yeah. I know I made a joke on the I made a joke on the podcast about like, does Kate go back to that like they had those chats around the it's almost like AA for Doctor Who companions. I don't know if that's an offensive joke. I apologize if it is. But like, yeah, it's almost like an AA meeting for the Doctor Who companions. Do you think like Kate goes back and is like, you ain't gonna believe it, like it's the 10th Doctor again, and then she sees him regenerate into Shooty, and maybe she'll see Matt and Peter come back. Like, I could not imagine. Doctor, my YouTube channel blew up on YouTuber now. Yeah, I do miss Ryan S. Ryan S was a great YouTuber. Do you know what really bugged me? I think I mentioned this in one of our reviews for, I think it was Praxius. Ryan meets, like, they meet, it's done so cringe, but it's like, Ryan runs into those, like, two Americans who are, like, vloggers, and it's like, I'm a famous vlogger on YouTube. And Ryan doesn't mention once that he's a YouTuber. I mentioned too much that I'm a YouTuber. I need to take some lessons from Ryan S. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of people who don't know I'm a YouTuber. It's just what I always wanted, folks. Alright. I might wrap up, unless you guys have any last minute bangers. But I do want to say thank you so much to everyone who tuned in. If you are watching this after the live stream, I will do one very soon. I'm not sure I'll be able to do one next week just because of the Coldplay concert. Because I don't know if you know, but I am going both nights. Please, can we get prayers in the chat for me? Hopefully this flu is just made up in my head. Thank you. Great stuff, Connor. Thank you so much. Right back at you, buddy. Yeah, so this is the upload for today. Maybe a post 60th special live stream. I am thinking that. I think once we've done the review for Star Beast and it's out, I think I will do that. And can I just say as well, so when Star Beast comes out, yeah, so review, I'm gonna do a next time reaction to Wild Blue Yonder. Sorry, I'm getting tired, you can tell. And then I'm also probably going to do a live stream like, yeah, you just said. Was that Chrissy who said that? Yeah, no, sorry, Jeremy. Yeah, Jeremy, yeah, I will do that, yeah. I'm thinking of doing that. I also, once the 60th, I might do it weekly, I'm not too sure. Somehow I got her to agree to do this, but I'm still very nervous about doing it. I said to my mum if she wanted to do like weekly reviews with me for every episode. I just thought it'd be funny. It might be a huge mistake. I might regret doing it. But I thought it'd be funny to like bring my mum on who doesn't really watch Doctor Who. But she's really excited for the 60th. So I don't know if it'll be just funny to like have her on and like hear her say her opinion on the new episodes. I don't know. Do it at the Coldplay concert and watch the channel, but demonetize and strike into hell. What's this? Do it at the Coldplay concert and watch the channel, but demonetize. Oh, because of the music, I see. Enjoyed this more live shows you did well. Thank you, Doug. Yeah, great idea bringing your mum. Yeah. I've kind of been planning it. I was like, my mum has a really funny story about how she, I don't know if I should tell it. I might wait for the episode, for the review, sorry. But it's a funny story, she said, and I was like, oh, maybe you can tell that on the review. It won't be live because, y'all know that shit scares me. But I think I did all right. I haven't eaten in like a while, so it might be that. But yeah, pray for me. A lot of COVID going around in WA at the moment. And it's like, of course, when Coldplay comes to town, literally like right back there are all my like vinyls. I literally have every Coldplay record on vinyl. So I do love them very much. And you know, the idea of being sick while seeing them is just like, it just sounds terrible. But yeah, a lot of COVID going out at the moment. We're about to pass 1 hour now. Awesome. 60 minutes. Boy. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. I think I will be back soon. Posy vibes, of course. You spoken about dead air. That's bloody tough. Yeah, I was worried about that. Thank you, Doug. Yeah, thank you, Doug and Chrissy and Will and everybody in the chat and Jeremy. I think it's just you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, really appreciate it. Much love. I will be doing another one of these soon. I think I might be able to fit one of them in. Oh, Dr. Scott Nick, what up, boy? Sorry, I gotta go. Hey, bless you. Thank you, guys. You really made my night. Better head to bed, midnight. It literally is. Thank you, Jeremy. I love that so much. Have a good night, sir. You too, Dr. Scott. Dr. Scott Nick. Hopefully, if I end this stream, it would just be uploaded as a video. I don't know. Let's find out together. All right. Much love. Glad to see you've finally done this. Thank you, Scott. Yeah, we spoke about that over dinner a couple of weeks ago. I'll see you soon. New episode tomorrow, 50%. Doctor Who podcast, ranking the season 4, Dr. Donovan. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, can I press a button that goes save? I don't know. Should we just... If this doesn't get uploaded, this will forever be the first live stream that only you people saw. All right, much love. You sure want to stop streaming? I hope this saves. Bye.